Okay, this workout is part of our bar series for lower body. We're working on tightening and toning, okay? You're gonna start with alternating front and back leg extensions. I want your upper body to be nice and tall, staying upright. You're alternating that leg lift forward and alternating that leg lift back. I want a nice straight leg, pointed toe, core engaged, nice tall posture, exhaling as you kick forward. Exhale as you kick back. From here, we're going to turn, going directly into a side extension, okay? I want you to come up nice and high, engaging that hip. You have a nice flexed foot. You're extending out through the heel. It's like you're pointing from the heel. From here, you're going to cross over that leg, and we're going to go to crossover squat. The key here is to push down into that heel as you come to that standing position, okay? This is a glute exercise. A little bit of quad in here also, but glutes. So squeeze those glutes as you come to that standing upright position, exhaling as you come to that upright position. You might have to take a hop back to go into our next exercise. It is called counter wheels, and you want to really lean into this exercise, okay? The more far forward you can lean, the better, okay? All those little stabilization muscles are working in that supporting leg. So again, that's why we want you to lean as far forward, making those little tiny muscles do the work. From here, starting through the opposite side, okay? Same series, we're just going to the opposite side. So you've got that alternating front and back leg extension. Upper body stays nice and tall. You're trying not to lean out over those legs, okay? Or counterbalancing. Your core is nice, solid, engaged. Chest is up, chin is up. You have a nice tall posture, extending through those legs, nice and long, pointed toes. From here, we're going into that side extension, okay? And you want to make sure you're coming up, and you should feel it up high enough that you should feel it immediately in that hip. Again, core is engaged, nice tall posture. We're going into the crossover squats next, okay? Coming down into that squat as far as you can, and then squeezing the glutes all the way up, but especially contracting those glute muscles at the top of the movement. Exhaling at the top of the movement. Really squeeze nice and tight, pushing down to that heels all the way through. Nice job. Going into counter wheels next. Okay? Again, I am grabbing here with opposite hand to opposite foot. The reason is if you do same foot to same hand, you're going to turn and open those hips. I want those hips to try and stay square facing the mirror, okay? Lean into that movement as much as you can. Engage the core. You'll feel those stabilization muscles in that stabilized leg, the hamstring working. Okay, now we're going into part 2. Same series, we're just going to add to it, okay? So from here, you've got alternating front and back leg extensions, but now we're doing doubles, okay? So you've got 2 to the front and 2 to the back. 2 to the front and 2 to the back, okay? Alternating which leg is coming forward and which leg is coming back, right? Okay, upper body stays nice and tall, chest is high, chin is up, trying not to lean out over that leg, especially when you come to that back leg lift. It can be a little tricky, but try and stay as upright as possible, okay? You've got to have a little mobility in that lower back to kind of help you. Core has to be engaged, especially for the for the front kick, okay, coming as high as you can. From here, we're going into a small 10 pulse, okay? That's a pulse at the top of the movement. We're going to turn, open the hip, and you've got another 10 pulse here with that side leg extension. Then we come into the full side leg extension, coming up, okay? You should feel that in that hip, pointing with the heel, okay? A nice flexed foot, okay? Core engaged, posture nice and tall. Here we go into crossover squats, okay? I had to take a step back there. You might have to do the same so that you've got enough to come down into that movement as much as possible. Squeezing those glutes at the top of the movement, okay? You've got 10 here, and on your 10th one, we're going to take small pulses, okay? The key is squeezing those glutes. In the big full movement, you're squeezing the glutes as you come to the upright standing position. Here, you're still squeezing the glutes in this little pulse as you come to the up position, okay? And slower and lower is better. Think slower and lower. Squeeze those glutes. Okay, good job. From here, going into counter wheels, you've got 10. Again, you might need to adjust the footing Just step the foot back or hop the foot back, grabbing back to that ankle or the toes with the opposite hand, okay? Lean into that movement. You feel like this is just like a dynamic stretch, and it is on that supporting leg, but all those little teeny tiny muscles are working hard to balance you, okay? Same thing here. This is almost like a balance test here. Now we've got a heel raise or a releve coming up high as you can on those toes. It's tricky because it's balance. Okay, good job. Coming to the other side, same thing. We start with those doubles, okay? This is just the same thing, other side, okay? 2 to the front, 2 to the back, 2 to the front, 2 to the back. I need you to keep up this speed, okay? There needs to be a little speed with this. You know, you also have the option of adding ankle weights to make this movement even tougher, okay? To the front, we're working the quads. To the back, we're working the hamstrings. I need you to keep the hips square, okay? Keep those hips square. Nice tall upper body posture like a balloon is coming from the top of your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. Chest is high, chin is up, core engaged, nice and fluid with the movement, and nice little speed. Here you've got a little 10 pulse at the top of the last leg lift to the back. Then you've got the pulse of the side leg extension, and then we come into this full side leg extension for 10 repetitions, okay? Nice and solid with the core. As that leg comes up, you're not leaning out to the opposite side to compensate. You are solid in the torso, solid in the core. From here, coming into those crossover squats, cross over that leg. You will feel a stretch in the supporting leg hip as you come down, but if you're squeezing at the top of the movement as you come to that standing position, pushing down through the heels, this is a glute exercise, and you will feel it because it's the single leg having to do the work, the single glute having to do the work, getting you into that upright position. Okay, from here, we take the small pulse. Even though you're not coming up, you're still squeezing those glutes on the up position. Slower and lower is better. From here, we're going into the counter wheels, grabbing back with that opposite hand to opposite foot. Okay, leaning out over. You want to make sure you've got enough room between your bar or your chair, whatever you're using, so that you and your body, so that you have enough room to lean out over into that movement. If you've got good flexibility in the back, then you can raise that foot up even higher behind you, okay, arching that lower back. From here, we're going into the releves or the heel raises. Nice and solid. This is a balance check. It looks easy, but it's not. Okay, nice job. Good. If you want to repeat twice, go for it.